Welcome to today's explainer. Today we're looking at a deeply moving documentary short that absolutely nails the essence of community and human connection. We're talking about the story of David Harris. He's a 67-year-old newspaper delivery man in a small Vermont town, and this film captures his final year on the job right before his retirement. And let me tell you, this isn't just some story about tossing papers onto a porch. It is this beautiful, really emotional tribute to the profound power of simply showing up for the people around you.
Okay, let's dive into this. Just think about these numbers for a second. 45 years, 4:30 in the morning. Every single day, David loaded hundreds of newspapers onto his old bicycle. Through pouring rain, heavy snow, those freezing, bone-chilling Vermont winters, and sweltering summer mornings, he never missed a single delivery. Seriously, it's incredible. Imagine that level of dedication, day in and day out there in the quiet, dark hours while literally the rest of the town was fast asleep. And think about the stark contrast with how we live today, right? On one hand, we've got our modern digital world. Most of us wake up, grab our phones, and just scroll through the news before our feet even hit the floor. But on the other side, we have David's printed route. It's this physical, boots-on-the-ground commitment to bringing the news directly to a physical doorstep. It's a tangible, human connection, the kind that's becoming, incredibly rare in our fast-paced society.
Section 1, Changing Times, Constant Friend.
So, over the 4.5 decades David was out there on the job, the landscape of local journalism shifted, drastically. David fondly remembers those early days of his route. Kids would actually wait at their front doors to grab the morning paper before heading off to school. Neighbors would be standing outside, coffee in hand, just discussing the daily headlines. But then, the internet changed the world. Subscriptions plummeted, and as a result, a lot of these local delivery routes just completely disappeared, almost overnight. The shift was so severe that even David's closest friends were urging him to quit and just move on. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the hidden truth of the whole story. David didn't keep his route because he had some burning passion for the newspaper business itself. He continued because of the people. He actually knew every single customer by name. What he was really doing out there in those early hours was quietly performing daily welfare checks. He noticed if an elderly resident didn't pick up their paper. He wasn't just delivering news, you see. He was delivering a watchful eye.
Section 2, The Uncollected Morning Paper.
There is this one specific, incredibly high-stakes winter morning that just perfectly captures David's true role as the town's quiet guardian. It was freezing cold, and David spots yesterday's newspaper still lying totally untouched on a front porch. Immediately noticing this break in his customer's routine, he walked right up and knocked on the door. No answer. Recognizing something was very, very wrong, David didn't just walk away and assume someone else would handle it. He took immediate, life-saving action and called for emergency responders.
And thank goodness he did. When those emergency responders arrived, they found that an elderly man had actually fallen inside his home and couldn't get up. Because David made that call, the man survived the ordeal. His family later expressed their deep, profound gratitude to David. Because let's be honest, the truth is, most people driving past would have never even noticed a single uncollected paper on a porch. But David paid attention when everyone else would have just driven right by.
Section 3, Delivering More Than News.
So, after 45 years of keeping watch over his community, retirement day finally arrived for David. And the documentary paints such a vivid, truly emotional picture of the legacy he left behind. To honor him, the entire town gathered outside the local newspaper office. The local kids even presented him with a framed photograph of his trusty old bicycle. And as he made his rounds, the residents actually came out of their houses to applaud his final delivery. Just picture it. The sun is rising over the quiet streets. David places that very last newspaper on a doorstep, smiles, and looks back one final time. So the crucial point is captured perfectly in David's own words. He said, "People think I delivered the news, but all my life I was delivering the feeling that someone cared enough to show up every morning." Wow. Just let that sink in for a second. His real job, his true life's work, wasn't passing out paper. It was human connection. Which leaves us with this question. In an increasingly digital world, how are you showing up for your neighbors? It's incredibly easy to become isolated when everything we could possibly need is on a glowing screen right in the palm of our hands. But David's story, it challenges all of us to reflect. How can you be the David in your own modern community? Who is checking the porches? Who is paying attention? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this look into David's incredible life inspires you to simply show up for the people around you today.